guys, so I've come down to the beach this morning to do a morning meditation with the sunrise, which is in about 2 minutes. Alright guys, so it's later in the day, it's about 10 past 2, and a lot happened that wasn't planned and has now sort of made me sort of rethink what this video should be. Originally this video was going to be a film review for Bloodshot, which I have not yet seen and was going to go see. There was a showing at 12:30 today. I was like, cool, I can go to that, I'll be able to come home, do a review before everyone gets home, it'll be fine, I can do this. Not so the case. So we're now left with, well, what do we do for this video? I do know what I'm going to do, but I'm going to sort of explain why we're not going to get a film review for this month, because I do try to do at least one film review a month, and Bloodshot was going to be this month's. And at the moment, it looks like I'm going to miss out on it. I'll get to that in a second. But when I schedule things, I usually schedule in things that have a fixed date first. And I'll like look up things, and they might be from fandoms, they might be actual genuine holidays, that sort of thing. And I try to structure myself around those things. And so the rest of the month has videos assigned to them because that's where they sit. The month is so full from here to the end of the month that my favourites video is actually the 1st of April, which obviously is a great time to do a prank video instead, but it is what it is. So yeah, I'm sort of trying to come up with some ideas. I may be able to work that around and reorganize that. But for the rest of the month, so tomorrow is World Storytelling Day, so obviously it's a storytime video. The theme for this year is voyages, so I did have a voyage of a kind about 7 years ago, but I will talk about in that video. Day after that is the beginning of Ostara in the Northern Hemisphere. Again, I did refer, I think it was, I can't remember, it was some festival video anyway, and I explained why I used the Northern Hemisphere in that. But it's going to be Ostara starts then. The day after that is the spring equinox itself and Harmony Day. The 22nd is the start of Aries, and therefore is going to be our astrology video for the month. Day after that's Ravenclaw Day. We've then got a new moon the day after that, so that's going to be the Chinese zodiac Tiger, considering that the new moon is when the Lunar New Year starts. So this now puts us into the Tiger month as of that moon. Day after that's Tolkien Day. Day after that's Purple Day, which raises awareness about epilepsy, which I have, so obviously I'm going to talk about that. Day after that's the release of 5 Seconds of Summer's new album, so I'm doing a song cover for that. That's Earth Day, so I've got a video planned to sort of coincide with that and keep into its sort of theme. The 29th, I'm going to talk about numerology, which is something that I got into a little while ago, and I now sort of have a decent understanding of now. I am still looking into a couple of different things, but basically 29 is a very sort of important number when it comes to numerology. Then the 30th is my resolutions, and the 31st is actually one of my friends' birthdays, and I have a great story about them from when I sort of was first meeting them that I'm going to tell as sort of like a happy birthday. I made a video solely dedicated to you sort of way, because I can't give them a physical gift because they live too far away. But that's the rest of this month. And then, as I said, my favorites video is going to be April 1st, maybe April 2nd, if I can figure out how to do a prank video for April Fool's Day. And then, yeah, the rest of April is being organised as we speak. So that's why we're not getting a film review this month, and that makes me quite sad, because I was really looking forward to going and watching this video and then giving like a first thoughts review. I'd really like to make that how I make my reviews. But to get onto the topic that I sort of chosen for today, that doesn't look likely to happen in the next couple of weeks because of coronavirus. I don't want to get into any conspiracy theories about it, I don't want to get too political about it, but basically with all of these quarantines, these self-isolations that people are putting themselves into, obviously a number of things are happening, chief among which is any and all leisure activities are being put to the wayside because survival is more important, and obviously it is. But as someone who is very passionate about the arts sector and about tourism and all that sort of stuff, which is its own business as well, and does have therefore people working in that sector, they're now losing money. I read sorry, I just had to have a shower, because this morning when getting that time lapse for the intro, the phone fell off on like the first attempt before I got the shot that we actually see, and I had to jump into the garden to fish it out up off the ground, and I've now got these things all over my body, and they're incredibly itchy and uncomfortable. I'm trying not to scratch, but there's a big one on my knee that is swelling up, kind of look like a bite. I may have been bitten by some small insect, I don't know. It's itchy, that's all I know. Anyway, all films currently in production, we'll try to get back on topic now. All films currently in production have been put on a 2-week hiatus, so there's nothing from Hollywood currently being produced as of now, which is crazy because it was literally only under a week ago. I can actually find that. I have Messenger open in front of me. Come on. Let me just quickly fish this out. So exactly a week ago, on the 11th, my friend, whose birthday is at the end of this month, messaged me. He lives in Sydney, and he messaged me this picture that honestly doesn't look like much. Let it load. It honestly doesn't look like much. If you were none the wiser, you'd just think that there was some sort of construction going on in this park, but it's actually all the sets and backdrops and stuff for, they had started filming Shang-Chi in Sydney, which is the Marvel film that's coming after Eternals, so it's the first one of next year. So it's now been forced into a 2-week break because of coronavirus, so it's not being produced, which means that potentially that could lead to you know, some delays and stuff. And if a film gets delayed from its original slated release, right, because people build up the excitement for it, and then it gets moved and moved and moved, eventually people start going, oh, okay, maybe it's not that good, it keeps getting delayed, and eventually it just doesn't make any money. Doesn't matter how earth-shatteringly good the film is. So that's currently going on, and then so because of that as well, traveling artists like musicians and comedians and stuff are cancelling tours or postponing certain dates. Cinemas and stuff are closing down because of the trying to have crowd control to flatten the curve. Yeah, there's a whole heap going on, and people working in the arts industry are the ones missing out. And the article I read had said that in order to sort of make up for the losses of income people are going to have, just in Australia, there needs to be a $186 million, what was the word they used? Stimulus package put into the arts sector to help sort of ease the financial burden on people during that time, because people still need to eat and they still need to pay rent in that time. So yeah, it doesn't look like New Mutants will be coming out beginning of April either, which potentially means that there's no April film review. I'm sure I'll find something else to review in April, but as it stands, it doesn't look like that's going to happen. And then hopefully everything's sort of calmed down by May, because I for one am looking forward to Black Widow, and I just know that that film is going to draw a massive crowd. And so if the coronavirus fears are still around when it starts getting closer to that, they're going to postpone that, which could then have issues with Disney Plus and stuff, and it's a big nightmare, is basically what I'm saying. But this is always the sort of thing that happens whenever there's any sort of financial recession, which we're going to see because of coronavirus. The first things to go are leisure activities like film, like going to the cinema, going to concerts, that sort of thing, traveling. So everyone working in those industries is now going to be struggling. So yeah, the next couple of videos, I'm just kind of thankful that I can quite easily make them at home, rather than having to go out somewhere to do them. I can pretty much film the rest of this month from home, so I'm going to be fine during this 2-week self-isolation period, quarantine, whatever you want to call it. I hope you guys stay the same. But yeah, this is what this video's turned out to be. Yeah. Anyway, looking at the time, I have to go and get some ingredients to make dinner with, and while I'm in town, I'm going to get a couple other things so that I don't have to go out for the next 2 weeks. Gonna get some things like snacks and stuff to sort of hold me over as far as snacks are concerned for the next couple of weeks. Knowing how well I vlog in public, I'm not going to be doing that with you guys today. I'm just going to go in, get what I want, come home. So yeah, if you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you're new, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and the notification bell if you want to be notified when I upload new videos. I do try to upload every day. And let me know what sorts of things you're going to be doing with your time during this 2-week period, while you're self-isolating yourself away from the rest of the world. Genuinely interested to know what you guys are doing, so let me know down below. And until next time, guys, keep your head screwed on.